to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians tried to escape the horrors of the mists. With the army quickly approaching, the troops started to strategize their defensive plan. Tyler sent Ivan up to do some reconnaissance. Adam failed to get anyone to help him find his missing bag of holding. New Rope was curious about Dell's deflections about the bag and questioned her about it. Rumpleforeskin destroyed the bag in the flames of their body, and Dell finally revealed to Adam that the bag and all its contents were gone, including the only needle that could give the Doctor Deputy a different body. The squire expressed his displeasure about this revelation, but will his disappearance really be beneficial to the troupe? I doubt it.
Our four heroes are three sketch comedians and their stage manager of the sketch troupe Wet Change. They were performing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival when they were sucked through the mist into a spooky fantasy realm of Ravenloft. They discovered they had been summoned by Ezra, god of the mists, by accident. Ezra was trying to find a bunch of badass fearless warriors and found a bunch of people who were not afraid to bomb on the stage. They all trained in a variety of D&D classes and picked up special powers and spooky curses along the way. Tyler has become a blade singer, a wizard who kicks ass. He was trained by an insane old man in an alley named Tyler Hecklin that beat him up until he learned to do magic instinctively. He's fine. Don't worry about it. He also is now green. He has horns. He has a pinky he can remove from magic, and he is inextricably linked with the god Ezra, who is giving advice and instructions along the way to allow our heroes to return home after they become Dark Lords of these realms. Then there's Dell. She has become a visual bard, according to the terrible blowhard who trained her, D&D's only visual bard, the only one in all of the realms. She uses her artistic skills to summon magic into reality, using the reality blade, which lets her carve her changes into the very fabric of the world itself. She also can talk to ghosts. She's got ghosts in her brain. She has spooky hair that blows in the wind and those at-night animal eye reflection things going on. The ghosts are her friends, but sometimes she loses control because it's all blood magic. Then there's Guy Bradford. Ha, jokes. Guy died. It's New Road now. He's a new character who has no memory of Guy Bradford or Guy Bradford's life whatsoever. He has spectral ghost limbs. So from his elbows to his hands and from his knees to his feet, it's all ghost limbs, and they kill anything he touches, except a very special goat that was gifted to him by the Watchers in the Mist and Ezra, God of the Mist. He is trained as a cleric, deciding he wanted to protect his friends and worship the god Ezra, God of the Mist, so that he can do the right thing and have a beautiful, meaningful life. And in direct opposition to that is Adam McNamara, who slowly went insane, took on a new alter ego as Shadow, and then Shadow Nemesis. If you're wondering who the ultimate villain the party may face one day is, we're all pretty sure it's Shadow Nemesis, a member of the party. He trained as a barbarian and was determined to take over the First Realm as the Chosen One inside his RoboCop armor. They all collected their gear. They got their new powers, they made their way to face off with the Dark Lord of the Realm, and ultimately were triumphant. Shadow Nemesis took the throne only to discover that if you become the Dark Lord of a realm, it is purposefully designed to torture you, preying on your wants and your needs, meaning you're never satisfied. It's an elaborate cage you cannot leave. And that's when he was fine with leaving all of a sudden. So our heroes, through the power of Ezra, journeyed through the mists into a new realm, knowing that all four of them have to become Dark Lords before Ezra can help them leave these realms. Working together, they brought two other friends with them. One, Rumpleforeskin, a bone horse named by chat. I didn't pick that one. None of us knew this character was going to be important. Has joined the band on an ongoing basis. A mist-walking bone horse with a heart of fire. Rumpleforeskin is determined to find the other bone horses of Baleen who are somewhere in the mists. They don't know where. They're just looking. And they were also joined by the Doctor Deputy. Shadow Nemesis had taken on the mantle of the Black Knight, one of the villainous lieutenants of the previous Dark Lord, along with all of the evil squires who were, well, they all died horribly in combat and then turned on Shadow Nemesis. But when he went to a new realm, Ezra was like, sorry about not telling you about that, and gave him back the one squire who had died loyally in his service, who has no memory of the whole turning on Shadow Nemesis thing. Our heroes made their way into this realm and had a heck of a time. They visited a farm where they were all trapped in doll bodies before escaping, except for the Doctor Deputy, because Shadow Nemesis killed the Doctor Deputy's actual body, left him in a doll, and then blamed Ezra. They made their way forwards, faced off with a demon lord who lives in a castle that's floats over a lake at the center of this realm, Acer Sanguine. Acer had a real hatred for heroes, specifically chosen ones, and determined that New Rogue, as the mild-mannered cleric with minimal backstory, hoping to be positive and spread the light from, but not a hero, was definitely at the beginning of a hero's journey. And Wet Change must be there to support him. So Acer created doppelgangers of each of our heroes and using lightning teleported them around the realm to make sure that Wet Change couldn't do any good because everybody would think they were evil. Moving past this, our heroes met Denton Arthur, an elderly artificer who was running Protection Town, an abandoned village that was very well kept, looked after by robots, protected by robots. Denton Arthur very depressed that he had not been able to protect the people of the village in time, but doing what he can to help the heroes of this realm. Our heroes, through a series of magical tubes that they send messages through, calling it tubesing or tubesing someone, from elaborate ideas to what the players call it. There's a flute of rat. The rat whistle, I think, is the actual term. They befriended Denton Arthur and then chose where to head off. So they went to tackle the doppelganger of Tyler. Along the way, there was a lot of internecine conflict. They defeated some stone gargoyles, and they celebrated Thanksgiving before arriving at the Barren Hills, an endless hillscape made up of rocks and other debris with no plants or anything else to try to find the rootless evergreen. They ended up meeting a village full of werefolk people, so werewolves, wereboars, every kind of were you can imagine, who had all been kicked off of the rootless evergreen, a massive floating tree that does not touch the ground except through dangling roots, and it can't be seen unless you are off the ground. So if you jump up, you can see it. Otherwise, it's hidden. It has a root system that is a mile in diameter. It is very big. It is 10 stories tall, and our heroes realized they needed to get the villagers back onto the tree so that they would not starve and or I guess the water version of starve. They don't want to get real dry. You know, they got to go up to that tree. So teaming up, having won over the villagers, and with a bracelet of truth, forcing Adam/Shadow Nemesis to tell the truth, and Adam and Shadow Nemesis having fully become two separate personalities that unwillingly take turns in the driver's seat of Adam's body, our heroes went. They took back the rootless evergreen, and they defeated Streamlabbing Tyler, the evil version of Tyler, with no casualties in the werefolk army at all due to some freaky die rolls, except for 2 werefolk who died because Shadow Nemesis wouldn't stop yelling about a bag that had been missing. After the successful battle, our heroes revealed, Dell basically revealed that she had stolen Shadow Nemesis's bag and teaming up with Rumpleforeskin using their chest furnace, they destroyed Adam's bag. Adam was very unhappy about this, and along the way, they destroyed the needle that allows the Dr. Deputy to switch out of his doll body into another body. These things were all lost. Lies were told and then untold. Truths were revealed. Adam is grumpy, having climbed up a tree, being very sad that everyone was treating him exactly like Shadow Nemesis instead of differently. And the Dr. Deputy has disappeared. However, the army is closing in, and our heroes need to figure out what they are going to do on the Rootless Evergreen to try to defend the werefolk and their own lives. That's where we left things off. All right, that means it's time for us to journey into Ravenloft. Dell, Tyler, New Rogue, and Rumpleforeskin. You are standing at the foot of the trunk of the Rootless Evergreen. Adam has climbed up it because he is feeling very sad about being compared and contrasted with Shadow Nemesis. You had all started planning only to discover that the Dr. Deputy has disappeared. This may change nothing. This may change everything. What do you say to each other?
Doc, the little one, Dr. Deputy, has flown the coop, gang.
Yeah, he's probably mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I right now, just with everything going on, I don't really care. But
he does know how to use guiding bolt now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna let Adam know that we don't know where he is, because I feel like Adam would want to know that. And I'm just gonna cast a message to Adam.
Adam, how far up the tree do you go? It's 10 stories tall.
Oh, geez. I don't know. I guess it depends how I walked away from them. Was I sad walking or like running quickly up the tree?
based
You
on
get
your
to decide.
improvisation, you didn't run screaming and crying away from them. You just walked
right.
away, I would say more sad and hurt, but not crying. Maybe you were leaving to cry. That is up to you, my friend.
Right. I'd say, kind of like a pace of, like in the Incredible Hulk, like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
the
like the
hitchhiking.
sad man. Yeah. I'm just hitchhiking up a tree and just walking slowly.
All right, he's about 4 stories up, but that's still well within the message spell. But yeah, Adam, you are walking up the rootless evergreen towards its canopy, one thumb out, just wishing somebody would give you a ride to somewhere better. The stars are overhead. If you glance out, not that you do, you would see the army closing in the distance, but you're just walking a lonely vertical road when this message comes to you.
Yeah, and you just hear my voice in your head, just like, hey, Adam, I know you probably don't want to hear from me right now, so I'm just going to get right to it. Dr. Deputy's missing. We don't know where he went. I just thought you should know. That's all.
Yeah, I don't answer. I take it in and I just keep walking.
Yeah, I wait for a beat and like, all right, yep, that's all I'm getting.
What do you say?
Adam, I was going to say, Adam, you don't respond. But as you keep walking in the wind of this cool night, you are hit in the face with a piece of paper that wraps around your head.
All right. I'm just like, one more thing that just needs to happen to me today. And I just kind of like slowly just grab it on my face and then just like pull it down. And I'm like, and I look at it. I see if it's like a newspaper or something.
And you see it is a flyer for Crazy Jacques' Crazy Circus. The circus your party did not get to, that is apparently owned in an alternating fashion by Jacques Q's, Gilles Q's, and Jack Q's. And it originally featured Slappy Brown, the karate clown. You know they are all dead.
So I just look at it. I look at these dead people, and I'm just like, oh, great. Another reminder of how I fucked it up. And then I just crumple it. I throw it in the wind, and it smacked me back in the face. And then like, I just like rip it apart, and then I kind of just walk more quickly up the tree, looking for a good branch to sit on.
New Rogue, you are asking what the response was. Tyler, I'll let you take back over from there.
Yeah. He didn't say anything, which I didn't think he would. So,
Oh boy, he's really cross, you guys. We need all of our allies together at this moment. We have to brace for what's about to come.
Yeah, I know. Tyler, I have a question.
yeah, what's up?
Do you think you could ask Ezra a question?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking, and then maybe you could ask Ezra, like, do we have to defeat the Dark Lord of the Realm? Or does New York just have to be the Dark Lord of the Realm? Like, wording wise.
You thinking of maybe making a deal?
I mean, what else are we going to do at this point?
I'll see. I'll see what he says. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to just close my eyes and say, Ezra, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Tyler. Hi.
Hi.
We've got kind of a point of order question here as multiple armies are closing in on us. Do we need to defeat the Dark Lord of a realm to therefore, take over, or do we just need to make it so that one of us is the Dark Lord of a realm? If there were other ways to make that happen, would that be sufficient?
If you can find a way to do it, that should be sufficient, but I don't know if there is one. As far as I know, you would have to battle whoever the Dark Lord is, have them struck down by the Chosen One, and have them replace them, in a sense, on the throne at the core of the realm. If there's another way to do it that you've discovered, honestly, great. I would love to have more options than we're currently stuck with.
Okay, well, worth a shot. Thanks. And
No problem. Good luck with the armies.
Yeah, thanks. He says he's not aware of any workarounds for this. Usually it's you have to, do combat and kill to dethrone the current lord. But he says if we found a way, he's encouraging us to try it. So
there's a pacifist's way to get past this problem.
Maybe.
The mists swirl up around you, new rogue, and give you a pop culture reference that helps you come up with a plan.
Fuck. Okay, it's just like I just think of like Kiki's Delivery Service, the Miyazaki film. Like, what would Kiki do in this situation? I'm gonna have to travel around some beautiful scenery for a little bit, guys, and collect my thoughts, and perhaps I'll run into something that gets the old brain box jangling.
And the mists swirl up around you again, giving you another pop
do.
culture reference in addition to Kiki's Delivery that will help you come up with a plan.
Yes. In the film Ponyo,
Yay!
a little boy finds a fish girl in a bottle. Maybe if I treat the tubes as a bottle and I talk to the fish man on the other side, who happens to be Denton Arthur, perhaps he has something he could share with us.
The mists swirl up around you again, giving you a third pop culture reference that allows you to complete this first step of your plan.
Princess Mononoke. That is all. I just have the soaring music, just that inspires me. Oh
yeah, I hear it. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, that didn't help. I'm just gonna tubes. I tubed Denton already, right? Asking him to make us some contraptions.
Correct.
You did, yeah.
I'm gonna tubes him again.
He'll like that.
Tubes!
And a tube bursts out of a small patch of mist next to you.
Wait, I did something before I thought. Can I travel through the tubes at all myself?
The tubes are the size of a canister, meaning you could fit your hand and your arm up to your forearm into a tube, but that's about it.
Del. Do you have that Pokeball?
Oh,
Do you have
sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Let me just run it past you first, so I make sure this is all above board. Can you get the smartest creature you can? Because sometimes I found like the creatures are able to like understand English commands, and so I would think they would be able to also perhaps brain bust them out. And I'm thinking Denton's a smart guy. We send him over the smartest animal we have, and we tell that animal what we want. I'm just thinking we'll save a lot of paper.
This is all the same paper.
Do you just want me to give you more paper? I mean, we could try the animal.
Or just give me paper, I guess.
Okay.
Just give me more. Yeah, okay. I guess it was pretty complicated.
Okay. I'm going to draw a sheaf of paper, and I'm going to draw a ballpoint pen and then hand it to Nero.
We're gonna suffocate and pulverize like what, a weasel or a ferret? Just completely clog up a pneumatic tube system.
The smartest
weasel corpse because we love you.
Dearest Denton.
Oh my God.
It's New Rogue. How's it going? LOL. Me too. Things are getting pretty bad. We're wondering, is there an ETA on when we can expect some kind of robot to come through the tubes or through the sky? Also, what would you do if a doll went missing and that doll knew how to use guiding bolt? How did he learn how to use the guiding bolt, you ask? Well, let me tell you, it's a long story. Frowny face, winky face, tongue sticky face. Anywho, Anything you could provide would be very helpful. I'm running out of paper. Dell, more paper.
Other side. Other side.
I'll just use the other side.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyways, please
Writing.
send help. I'm up to my elbows in stress. Okay, love you. Bye, New Rogue, Dell, Taylor, Adam. Shot it, guys.
It's sent down and away. Dell, having made this paper and made this possible instead of murdering a weasel, you feel the mist rise up around you and give you a point of inspiration.
Oh,
Well,
Excellent.
that makes me feel like things maybe could work out.
Guys, if we weren't prepared before, I'm pretty sure we'll be fairly prepared in any minute now. Denton's on it.
And the mist swirls up around you, New Rogue. Can you roll me a d6?
oh no.
I don't want to.
I'd rather not.
Oh, he's going in the tube.
6.
Ooh.
I don't know what it means, but it's good.
Good.
You receive a response with a kathunk back in the tube.
He wrote fast. All right, let me just open this up.
Go on. What does it say, New Rogue?
Dear New Rogue,
Oh, thank God.
it's going all right. Not the best, what with everyone dying because your quest took way too long, but it's going. I'm glad to know that with everyone dying, it's not going the best for you either. In regards to a robot you think I'm going to send through the tubes, that's not possible, son. Let's just break that down. The robots are quite big, and we've only got Protection Town. However, I'll see if I can send anything your way, perhaps for a delivery in the next couple of hours. Whatever I can send along, I will. As for what would I do if a doll who knew Guiding Bolt got lost? One of the big questions is how that doll got created, but clearly tubes are not meant for long stories, despite our long messages. I would say, don't make a plan where the doll is integral. You were supposed to have a doll inside a robot. I imagine that'd be more useful. We don't really need to go into what happened there. Sorry I can't be more help. And I'm sorry you are up to your elbows in stress. Though please remember, you do kill everything that you touch from the elbows down. So maybe give that stress a hug. Embrace it. You know, use the powers you have to be the person you're going to be. I don't like lying on paper, so I don't love any of you, but you seem like good folk trying to do your best. Who's Adam? From Denton Arthur.
Arthur.
Well, that's positive, I guess.
So we're not getting robots?
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it, no.
Sounds like something might be coming, though.
Okay, well, I guess that's the best we can do. All right. Everybody, I'm going to, I recovered some of my spell energy. Actually, I was going to cast some kind of spell on us, but I realized nothing that I have would last very long. So maybe I should hold off.
Yeah,
I'm
save it
scared.
for- Yeah, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna see if I can track down the mayor, Marith Glimplimmer, and ask her about. I mean, they all used to live here, so with all this time dilation stuff going on, maybe there's time dilation somewhere on the tree where we can go and rest, and it's not going to be, it's only going to be a few seconds out here compared to a full rest somewhere else in the tree. That's what I'm thinking, just to see if we can kind of collect ourselves and come at this fresh in the next hour or so.
Okay.
Other than that, those gates there are our last stand. So that's where the Werefolk army is going to be. That's where I think we should be. And we just have to hold our ground there, I guess. I don't have a better plan.
Tyler,
So we're just saying, to be clear, the best idea we have is hold the trunk and do our best.
Yeah.
Hold the trunk.
I'm open to suggestions, but that's what I got in the short amount of time that we've put any kind of energy into figuring this out.
Hold the
Right.
trunk.
Yeah, I did run the math in my head based on stuff we said earlier, and it seems like, I mean, if this place is about a mile in diameter, it's about 3.14 miles around the circumference. So that would mean we would have to be defending a 3-mile front with, as far as we could tell, 98 werewolves and the 5 of us, which does seem like not enough.
I understand if you guys want to go.
No.
When you say go, where?
Yeah, where am I going?
I don't know. That's why I'm not leaving. But I understand wanting to. I want to go. I just, again, where, right? I don't know.
Okay, well, let me, I guess, try to talk this through. Do you have any thoughts or advice about, me trying to do that?
Hey, wait. It's a large perimeter around this tree. The tree's floating. If we need more coverage, more protection, why don't we just burn a huge crop circle around this thing?
A huge crop circle.
Well, a huge circle. Like just, I have firebolt, right?
Yeah.
Like, or
Okay,
sacred
so you
flame.
So you can
Why
make
don't we
fire
just
up, okay.
I'm sure we could squeeze some oil out of like the tree nuts or something. I don't know. Like, let's just prox a wall of fire. Come on, guys. It's a floating tree. The flames won't touch the tree.
What you're saying is we can save the tree by burning down the tree?
Not
And we'll take a quick commercial break right there. The idea of burning down the tree has been presented. How does the group respond to this?
Is that what you mean? What Rumpleforeskin just said? You mean to set the tree on fire?
No, Rumpleforeskin. Yeah, no, I just meant like a perimeter. I don't know, guys. I'm
Like a controlled burn?
Like a controlled burn, like a wall of flames. This tree's so big and it's floating so high, the flames shouldn't necessarily touch it, right? Right?
Fire on the ground under
Fire
the
on the
tree.
ground.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, because
Wait, on the ground. Or are you saying that, like, set a ring and chop off a bunch of the roots and then have a much smaller tree we have to defend? I'm just trying to understand.
okay, it's a bad idea. I'm sorry, Rumpleforeskin.
I
What
didn't say it was a
about?
bad idea. I said I was trying to understand.
Well, no, you pointed out the flaws, and I'm understanding the flaws. It's a bad idea. Fine. What? I know. So back to the nut idea. It's a high up tree. You throw nuts down. Like, I mean, it's those are gonna hurt because
Yeah.
the velocity. So doesn't have to be nuts. Could be anything.
I mean, that gives me a tiny idea. And I go into my bag and I pull out a bag of beans and I shove them into Tyler's hands. Here, see if you can figure out what these do. Because I don't know. They made wine once, or like grape juice or something.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Give me a few minutes and I'll let you know.
Okay.
And I begin to cast the ritual identify spell.
As Tyler is casting the ritual identify spell, Adam, you are 10 stories up, sitting on a tree branch, looking out into the distance at an army that is closing in. What's going on, man?
Am I like at the very top of the tree? Like,
If you want to be.
yeah. Yeah, okay. And as I walked up, just more newspapers kept hitting me in the face of all the other people who who just advertised who they were, I suppose. And now they're dead, and I just am constantly being reminded of.
You got hit with a map to the knoll hole that reminded you about Barng the Ancient, the hero who protected them, and the Ashlands, and that the dragon wormling Dragon, she was lost, sadly, and that's why the fire newts from that area are marching here, and the Volcano Village with the hero Jack Sublime leading an entire town of reformed criminals trying to lead their best life were lost to the snake people. And then you see Hero Hall. And you see the symbol of the raven. And you hear Shadow Master in your head just say, "Oh, I hate those guys. I'm glad they're dead. Ugh. Brotherhood of the Feather, my ass.
Wait, what?
They would have killed us. We hate them."
Oh, we do, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's a personal vendetta that we both have. They're the worst thing ever. We killed one in the last place. It was good.
I don't know who they are. I guess Shadow Nemesis did it.
They think they're just goody it's hard to say goody two-shoes inside a brain when you don't have a mouth, but goody two-shoe monster killers. They would think we were just monsters and kill us. And it's not our fault we eat brains.
Oh, and what do you want me to do about it? What do you want me to do about it, Shadow Master, huh? You don't want me here. You want me gone. Dr. Deputy, who is gone, wants me gone. My friends don't trust me and would, I don't know, rather be that I'm gone. I don't know. This village of
I don't want you to
people.
be gone. I want you to be back inside the abandoned Whitby mental hospital.
Yes, Shadow Master, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. God,
No,
God.
you're still with me when that happens. I don't like losing parts of myself, and you're a part of me.
What's the point? What's the difference between me being here and then Shadow Nemesis being here?
Shadow Nemesis is evil, and Shadow Nemesis is obsessed with power, and Shadow Nemesis is a pretty solid tactician, only no one ever listens to him.
And I'm currently walking away from my
You are currently hiding in the
problems.
top of a tree being sad. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of like what I've always done, I guess. Just run away from my problems. I've run away from responsibilities and decided to become a drug dealer for a few years and went on this wild, insane ride that nobody truly knows the truth behind except me because I'm so embarrassed to talk about it.
I know, we don't like to talk about that.
No.
But you know what?
What?
It's just us right now. And
Yeah.
maybe you haven't been able to tell other people the story, and I mean, I already know the story, but would it be good for you to say it out loud? Because we could have our own talk where you could walk through all your drug dealing secrets.
So I became a drug dealer because it's not a cool reason. Usually people think it's like, oh, he like was raised wrong, or he like, you know, was just a badass and really just wanted to get in there. But have you ever heard of Fortress Maximus, like the original like G1 Fortress Maximus?
Oh, of course. I know exactly about it what you do, but tell me anyways.
All right. Well, he's like super rare. He's like a mint in box. Like G1 Fortress Maximus is just like, he's like a double headmaster. You know what I mean? Like the headmasters, the transformers can turn into heads, and then the heads go into robots. But this one, the robot turns into a head, but then that robot turns to another head and goes on top of the base. And I really wanted one. And in my desperation, I just went to the worst part of town and said, I just went up to the first drug dealer I saw, and I said, "You're a drug dealer?" And his name was Crispy Chris, and he said, "You got it, buddy." And and I said, "Well, I need money quick, Crispy. So how do I make it?" And he's like, "Well, just come this way." And he showed me this glorious life of crime and how to make my own drugs. I made crackawana, which is just marijuana and crack put together.
Yep, like a resin that you put on the outside of the leaves. I know, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We got really lucky running into this guy, because most dealers, I feel like it would not have gone this positively for us.
I know, it was just pure luck. I was
just a guy who loves to cook and needs a friend.
Yeah. So I went around and made crackawana and gave it to people around the world. And well, wouldn't you know it, crackawana is incredibly lethal. One by one.
This is why we don't tell this story.
No. one by one, people would come and they'd be like, "Hey, are you that guy that makes crack-a-wanna?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, that's me." And they'd be like, "How much is crack-a-wanna?" I'd be like, $10, and they'd give me $10. I'd give them some crack-a-wanna. It took me a while.
$10 worth.
Yeah, well, I mean,
The classic 10 ball, they call it.
yeah. I mean, Crispy Chris just had so much of both, right? It just didn't even matter how much you sold it for.
He would have traded for another assistant. He just wanted to expand more.
Yeah. And well, once you know it, the second time they came back, they would just get that look in their eyes of pure bliss, and then their eyes would just melt into their heads. Yeah. And their insides would just kind of gooify into like a Cadbury egg kind of thing, and they would just collapse in on themselves. And then Crispy Chris would yell at me for ruining the carpet, and then I'd have to just...
Adam, can you roll me a D100?
A D100? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so roll me a D10 and tell me the number on it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh God! All right, wait, is this a 10? I'm looking for the 0. There it is. All right.
This is starting to make me think of the movie Street Trash. It's like,
I mean, Crack-a-wanna is going to be the one to beat for episode title.
yeah.
All right, so the D10 rolled a 9.
Okay, and can you roll it for me one more time?
I also have this thing that has like a 10 and a 20 and a 40.
Oh, yeah, we could have used that, but we're standing by
okay.
one.
We've gone too far.
Roll another D10.
We're too far in.
Yeah.
And it's a 5.
And we just kept going with the crack-a-wanna until we'd seen 95 bodies hit that floor.
Yeah, Crispy said I should change the formula after the first one, but I just didn't care.
You thought if you made good enough crack-a-wanna, it'd bring him back. You just kept racing down that hole. You were chasing the dragon.
Well, I mean, my thought was like, okay, the second dose kills you. Maybe word would get around. Maybe it would be like, okay, take crack-a-wanna, all right? But only do it once. Because if you do it twice, you die. But the word never got around. How can it be so popular?
Everybody who tried it twice died in the room with us. So they didn't get a chance to tell anyone. They didn't know. They were just dead. And then we kept replacing that carpet. There was not even a sign if people came into the room. We should have made a list.
Yeah. It wasn't even carpet after a while. It's just a grate. That's all it was. Just made life easier. God.
Classic anti-drug campaign. Crack-a-wanna. Not even twice.
Not in my America.
Crack-a-wanna just once.
How did this saga end with a prank almost going wrong and Dell talking us out of selling drugs again?
Oh, well, it was that night in the quarry where Dell first discovered I had been selling crack-a-wanna, and she took me aside and just said, you've made more than enough money to buy that G1 Fortress Maximus. It's like $2,000 and you're sitting pretty. Because there were a lot of people that only did it once, right? But 95 people did it twice.
Yep. But we got all their money.
Yeah.
$20.
We did. And if you do that math, 95 times $20 is at least $2,000 by my count.
That's why a couple of people bought it one time. And
that's right.
We finally cleared the $2,000. So
yeah,
95 bodies through a grate.
Yeah,
probably 5, 6. No, I mean 10 more people did it one time. Bam.
Yeah.
Then we went to that quarry to do that prank, that drug dealing related prank.
Yeah, it was on Crispy.
That prank was.
Oh yeah, I remember. I calling old Crispy Chris and just telling him to come on down, and Crispy was like, "I'll be right there." And when he got there, I tried to force his second dose of crack-a-wanna on him, but it was. And
how did we get Guy to help us again?
Oh right, he was there. Well, I told Guy, I was like, "Hey, want to help me pull a prank on my drug dealer boss. And he said, "You're a drug dealer?" And I was like, "Hey, want to help me just pull a regular prank?" And he said, "Sure." So we went to the quarry then, and Crispy Chris is freaking out because he's like, "Oh my God, please don't kill me. I don't want to die. I'll change my ways." And I'm like, "It's okay. It's just sand." And then we laughed, and then Del walked in.
And that's when Del came in.
Yeah.
Seeing you. Del, can you roll me a D6 as the mist swirls up around this memory to decide something?
It's a 6.
It's a 6. And that's when Del showed up, and somehow she knew we were trying to kill this guy.
But fake kill. Like, it was just like a joke.
You can't lie right now. We have a bracelet.
Oh, I was like, oh, yeah. I
wanted to grate him, but not where the grate was.
Because I wanted to get out of being a drug dealer. And then, I mean, it was kind of like
they say, you kill your way in, you kill your way out.
That's what Crispy told me on my first gig. And it didn't really make sense until that day in the quarry.
Yep. And that was when I can almost hear Del saying what she said now. You know, that really meaningful speech.
Yeah.
She even covered for us. So, Guy didn't know we were trying to commit a murder.
No, it was really just Guy standing there screaming, "What are you doing?" But that, yeah.
Adam, okay, it's fine. You don't have to cry. Okay, you killed apparently a lot of people, but are you telling me that they all died and so that there's no witnesses?
And that's where we'll take a quick commercial break. I remember what you said when Del wanted to be sure that there were no witnesses to any of our, murders. So, but you should keep acting this out. It's good for you to get it off your chest.
Right.
Remember what we said back?
Well, yeah, when she said, there's no witnesses, right? And I said, the only witness is a pretty high ghost right now, I said, and meaning there were no witnesses. I mean, I didn't think so until I got that manila envelope from a mysterious stranger saying, "I know what you did with Crackawana. Dose number 3, I don't think so." And it was all from clipped out magazines. And that's when I knew I had to get out of the country. And when this festival came up in
God, it's canon.
in Scotland, I just thought that would be the best way for me to get out. And after that, I was gonna, travel to the Czech Republic and maybe travel the wilds of Russia and end up in a nice sauna in Japan. I haven't really thought it through. Okay, I was just gonna run because I don't know who was sending these envelopes. It would not stop.
Adam, I've been letting you talk because you believe that's the truth. But if that was true, where's that transformer?
Well, it's in my basement apartment.
You were gonna run through Europe without the transformer? That's not something we would do, Adam.
Well, I was gonna run for a bit.
No, I can't let you tell these stories to yourself anymore, Adam.
I was
because we both know
back
there
the transformer.
We both
It's
know
really expensive. I was going to come back and get it.
there isn't just one room in the abandoned Whitby Mental Hospital, Adam.
What?
We both know Shadow Nemesis isn't the only person in here. Shadow Nemesis isn't just the second you, Adam. Do you realize, even when you told that story, you spoke in the voice of Crispy Chris?
What are you saying, Shadow Master?
Adam, you are Crispy Chris. You are Adam. You are Shadow Nemesis. You have to know that story isn't true. We got away with murdering 95 people, not with modern forensics. Even more ridiculous, we had $2,000 one time. We've never had $2,000 in our lives, Adam.
You created someone to be cool and deadly and exciting because you were worried that you couldn't be those things. You faked being drugged. You sold parsley to some people you knew and they got really mad. And then you talked your way into a deal with the cartel. And that's when you brought Guy and you thought it would be a cool prank if you convinced them that you were undercover cops and they got like real scared.
Oh my
And then Del
God.
talked you out of it because you would all die. But Guy didn't really understand that you weren't a drug dealer. Everybody just thought you quit. So you created Crispy Chris.
Crispy
The
Chris?
voice that would talk to you when you would go out your meetings when you thought that you were making drugs. You were just in your shower, Adam. That's why there was a grate.
Oh, yeah, because my shower sucks. You're right. I don't have a tub. I just got a grate.
Exactly. And no one died and their innards fell out. It was just a really dirty tub.
Because I also poop in the tub. You're right. Because I can't afford a toilet. So I take showers. And when I shower, I poop in the shower. And it goes through this awful crate that I've developed. It's a
You say
new...
you wanted a transformer, Adam, but we only wanted a toilet. That was what we wanted, and we couldn't get it. Not even with parsley money.
Not even in my horror house of an apartment that is below 2 bowling alleys and above a really loud rehearsal space for like...
That was just a subway, Adam. Stop telling lies.
Oh, I always lie.
And you tell the lies so often that they become your truth. I'm the only one who can keep this together. And that's why, here's the question, Adam. You've been Shadow Nemesis. You've been Crispy Chris. Right now you're you, but you're at the edge. So here's the thing, Adam. You're asking, why do other people want Shadow Nemesis? Why do other people want Crispy Chris? We share a brain, Adam. I want what you want. Why don't you want to be Adam? Why, no matter how high the stakes, no matter how personal the interaction, no matter what's happening around us, do you refuse to engage with an emotional reality?
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are
Because
unfolding.
I hate myself.
And we cut back down below where plans are being discussed.
Okay, well, guys, I'm running out of ideas. The army's almost here, so let's get those seeds up there. Find out what's going on. Oh, how about
Do you want to? I might have something here, New Rogue. If you just want to take a second.
Yeah, I need to sit down real
you
quick.
Look like,
and I just immediately just fall on my ass.
I can tell you are sweaty. Yeah, it's.
While Tyler has been doing his 10-minute spell, I have had my paint set out, and I have been painting one at a time a bouquet of roses.
You have successfully done that.
So I'm just finishing that as Tyler is talking now.
Okay. That is wrapping up. Tyler, you have finished your ritual spell, and you've discovered that these beans are magical. There are a variety of effects any bean could have if it is planted. You can't tell what those effects are with the beans. You just know that there's a vast array of effects. Sometimes they spray things. Sometimes they sprout things. They can cause fire. There's a ton of different things that can occur at random. If you dump the full bag on the ground, it explodes in a 10-foot radius extending from the beans, which does a fair amount of fire damage. If you remove a bean from the bag and plant it in dirt or sand and water it, the bean will produce an effect a minute later from where it was planted. Based on the discussion you had had with Dell previously, Tyler, I'm going to give this to you because you're kind of doing the magical math with this. She had bled on one of the beans that was in the bag previously, effectively watering it and also having enough of an organic potential for it to believe it was in the ground. That's your best guess in terms of the beans. You now have that information. Del, you now have a bouquet of roses. New Rogue, you are stressed as everyone. Sit silently. You're sweating a lot.
No, and that's hard for me because I'm already dead. Jack Magnum, I'm sorry you're seeing me like this. But I am scared. No matter what you're saying, I don't know if I can find that courage and resilience in me. Why do you believe these things about me when I don't believe them about myself? Because I'm the chosen one? Okay. All right. Oh, that fart smells. That was funny. Okay. Sorry, guys.
New Rogue's confident. Turns back to the group as you both rejoin the same reality as him in the middle.
Yeah, so that's what the beans do, Del.
Okay. Well, if you want to hang on to them, if it gives you any ideas, I guess I'm going to try to see if I could get us a leg up in any way.
Well, yeah. That's the shortest, most direct route is to, if you can make a deal and just say, make one of us the Lord of the Realm, bing, bang, boom, we're done. No fighting necessary. If that's not doable, you don't have to give her a kid. You can bail. Are you confident that you're in a good headspace to talking to this lady?
I mean, I'm not really confident much of anything, but I'm not sure that we can,
well,
wait around.
I'm not sure how much good this will do. I get a sense that she's, she's like a fiend or something like that, but maybe this will help. And I cast protection from evil and good on Del.
Oh.
And what does that do mechanically?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature I touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, patrons, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect. So it doesn't sound like a slam dunk, but it's all I got for you right now. I'm thinking hopefully it'll give you a little bit of an edge. I know how she can be. We all know how she can be in there. So
I give Tyler a side hug.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be all right.
And then I go to Rumpleforeskin.
You realize as you finish your conversation with Jack Magnum that Del has decided to go speak to Lucretia Sanguine. You see a side hug with Tyler who wishes her luck. Is there anything you would say or do as you realize this is going to happen?
Remember, Del, speak from the heart. Be firm. Don't fall for her trickery. Whatever she'll say to you, they're far more cunning and smarter than they appear. Just be strong.
Thank you, new rogue chosen one.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Give her hell.
Okay. And then I go over to Rumpleforeskin and I give them like a little nose pat on the front of the bone nose.
They nod. They like that. That's good.
Okay.
So just don't make... Let's just step over here for a second. The Rumple leads you away.
Whoa, okay.
They're like, okay, so they all made some deals I don't think they entirely thought through that have some pretty horrifying consequences. Just don't do anything they would do. Do the thing you would do.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm starting out from, but.
Okay, good. That's good. Is there anything I can do to help?
Thanks for being here.
Oh, no problem. This is way better than most of the places I've been ever.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think of anything to help with the, preparations, if I can't get anything done, you've seen a lot more battles and wars than any of us. So I figure you have a pretty good brain for that.
Okay. Yeah. If you end up taking a super long time or something, then yeah, I'll go try to do something clever.
That sounds great. Thanks. You're awesome.
So are you. Be safe out there.
I'll try.
Del, where do you want to go to try to meet Lucretia Sanguine?
I think I just want to go find another room or another hallway. And
should we go back into the the trunk, or do you want to go further out into the kind of root land, for lack of a better term?
No, I want to be in the trunk. I want to be somewhere where it's more, I guess, more private. If I can find a hallway or some dark areas that are no one else is around.
Yeah, there's the winding hallway that goes up that you've taken, and then at the ground floor there are a couple of different, for lack of a better term, offices or rooms people can
maybe
stay.
just try to find a side office.
Great, you find one. Inside there's a desk that has been grown or shaped out of the floor, you're not entirely sure, with a wooden chair that can be moved behind it. There are shelves kind of built into the walls. When you look at the edges, they're not sharp. It doesn't look like this was cut out of the tree. It seems, again, shaped in some sort of mystical manner. But it's a comfortable little office with 2 phosphorescent gems hanging from the roof that give light. No fire, but light.
All right. I'm just gonna... I don't know how this works, or if you could just hear me, but I'm looking for Lucretia Sanguine, if you're still listening or out there. Hello, I would like to talk to you, please.
And the mist swirls up around you. Can you roll me a d6?
It's a 6.
Ooh. There you go.
Super Gothriana appears in front of you, looking down at you with a smoldering eye and says, "Oh, darling, I've been waiting for your call."
It's like I go from feeling very put together, and then I see her, and it's like, ugh, and I'm like, and my hands go up, and I say, these are.
When you say your hands go up, where I'm just trying to picture this physically. Like, are you sitting or standing?
I'm standing, and it's like I was holding stuff in my arms, and then it's like my elbows and my wrists lock, and my arms just fully come up with flowers outstretched, very awkwardly. These are for you. I wanted to say sorry about last time. I sincerely didn't mean to trick you. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I just wanted to hear sorry.
Oh, I'm so touched, and I know. And she reaches out and takes the bouquet from you and then lays back and drapes across the desk. She ends up perfectly poised, laying across it, beautifully displayed in the light. And she pulls the head off one of the roses and eats it. And she says, "I checked downstairs. I thought you'd betrayed my trust and broken my heart. Instead, you'd made a creative little error. We're from such different worlds, you and I."
Yeah, exactly. I honestly don't know all the rules for everything, so
No one does. We're from so many different worlds. Ugh.
Right.
And the worlds are so stupid, and the laws are so stupid, and society is so stupid. Why do you put up with any of it? You're so capable.
I'm just trying to still figure all of that out. I couldn't really, we're used to what we're used to,
That's true. That's true. But, I'm here to help people fulfill their deepest desires.
Right.
And what do you desire, Del?
Well, I kind of had a couple questions for you, if that's cool.
You desire answers, knowledge.
No, I mean, I guess I have some, I have an offer.
Oh, darling, tell me more.
Sure. I want you to make New Rogue the Dark Lord of this realm.
And that's where we'll end this episode.
What? Wait a second.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, Jahzzar, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.